I want to play this from President Biden. So he addresses the nation following the midterm elections. He takes some questions, and this was one of the questions about, okay, you're going to have to work more closely with Republicans. What's going to be different?
75% of voters say the country is heading into the wrong direction. Despite the results of last night, what in the next 2 years do you intend to do differently to change people's opinion of the direction of the country, particularly as you contemplate a run for president in 2024?
Nothing, because they're just finding out what we're doing. The more they know about what we're doing, the more support there is.
What does that even mean, though? I mean, I understand that he doesn't want to pin himself down, but you got to ask yourself, what does that actually mean? That's what I can't figure out. And when he said, what are you going to do? You know what he should have said? We need it and try to encourage bipartisan solution solving. A typical politician's response. But he doesn't even do that. He doubles down on, I'm not changing anything.
There are a large group of people that are kind of voting with malaise. They're sort of voting just to vote. They're voting for their party, and it's just kind of moving on. So to activate a base, I think he definitely has to come out with a stronger point of view. And I think now it's a pretty strong indication that he'll be the 2024. They're not going to replace him unless something catastrophic was to happen.
The top issue to Americans, and top issue likely to most of you listening to this broadcast, so we know a lot of us, is the direction of our country. And when you look at the direction of the country, it's economics and inflation, because that affects our global security, it affects our national security, it affects what happens at home, a pocketbook, kids, meals, gas, everything. Whether or not you take a vacation, whether or not you keep your job. And we're starting to see massive layoffs from big companies like Facebook, like Amazon.
What I can't do is I can't guarantee that we're going to be able to get rid of inflation, but I do think we can. We've already brought down the price of gasoline about $1.20 a gallon across the board, and I think that the oil companies are really doing the nation a real disservice. Six of them made over $100 billion in the last quarter in profit. $100 billion.
This is coming from Harry, the president, that said, I am going to close down the oil companies. You've got 5 years. And then he's saying they should lower their profit margins, even though he's trying to put them out of business in the next 5 years.
The president has a distinguished commitment to incoherence, and no one has done the American people a disservice more than he has. So he's basically shrunk the supply of energy in the United States, and then he blames rising prices of energy on the gas companies, the oil and gas companies. This is nonsense. As the results of Tuesday's midterm elections dribbled in, President Biden and the Democrats have likely been lulled into a false sense of security because we will experience continued strong inflation and we will continue to experience layoffs. Keep in mind that the economy was in a recession for 6 months this year already.